Stay right here to watch the rest of this video, or click over here to get hold of a free trial of BetAngel, or click over here and subscribe to get instant access to new videos as they're released. Thank you for watching the video.
So yeah, there's loads of data that you can keep on football matches, but I do a thing called the Lucky League, which, as the name suggests, ranks teams according to their ability or their true ability, because sometimes the number of goals you score isn't equal to the number of goals you should have scored. So it's important to differentiate the two. But in general, there's a number of ways that you can analyse football. But I thought I'd show you, when I say somebody's undervalued, somebody's overvalued, or that's not the right price, or this doesn't look right, or there's value here, it's interesting to have a little bit of a deeper dig to understand exactly what I'm saying. So this is actually the Premier League from last year. This is how it finished. And if you're doing any analysis, you can actually get a lot of information from when something has finished, because obviously you have a starting value and an ending value, and you can join up the two in between to actually understand exactly how we got to that particular point. So this is actually the league at the end of last year, and there's a lot of revealing information in here. So obviously Chelsea won the league last year, so their points rank was 1. You can see the points rank from 1 to 20, obviously being the position they finished in the league. But also you can see a number of different things in here. So this tells you how they achieved what they did achieve. And the blue stuff means that they were ranked near the top, and the dark red stuff means they were ranked near the bottom. So immediately you can see here, if you look at QPR, you can see they're ranked number 2 for something out of 20. So what's that? Well, if you go up here, this is the total number of goals. So if you were betting on over 2.5 goals, then QPR would be near the top of your list, and so would Man City. And then you can see that Spurs were 3rd in that list, and so on and so forth. But you can see there are teams down the bottom where the number of goals scored in the match was quite high, and this is obviously tells you that they're either scoring and conceding a lot, or scoring a lot and not conceding many, but just about the number of average, and so on and so forth. So you can see there that total goals does not equal position in the league. Simply because you're higher in the league doesn't mean that you have that many goals in a game. So for example, if you look at Southampton, you can see it says number 17, the number of matches that had more than, they were ranked 17 in the total goals basically. So if you were betting on a team between, so it says for example Southampton and Burnley, it would probably be a tight match, but Man City and QPR wouldn't be. That's pretty obvious, to be all honest. But perhaps Leicester and QPR wouldn't be so obvious or there, and you can see where that's going from there. So yeah, total number of goals, and ranking those can tell you, or give you an indication as to what's going on there. And you can see I've also split it down between the ability to attack and the ability to defend as well. So what you can actually see is this is the combined total. So I actually do split out both sections. So we have a combined total, and then we have the ability to do something at home and the ability to do something away, because very often you'll find these are two different things. So immediately you can see here, if we dig deeper, QPR, the number of goals they conceded away was the most within the league. So suddenly you get a much clearer picture. And if you look at the number of goals when they were playing at home, they were 14th in the league. And you can actually see the number of goals scored by Man City was 1st, Arsenal were 3rd, Man United 2nd, 4th, and then you can see Liverpool, Southampton scored an equal number when they were at home, or the match contained that number of goals. But you can see Chelsea didn't score that many, or there weren't many goals at home, so they were obviously very tight at home. They were happy to settle for a low score win at home, and therefore you can see how that dovetails into what's going on within the dynamics of the team. Their ability to not concede a goal, their home defence as I've called it here, was ranked top. Their ability to score goals at home actually wasn't top. That was Man City, who were the best team there. But you can start to uncover characteristics by organising all of this by home and then by away, and combining the two, because the combination is what you see in the league, but that doesn't really tell you enough. It's when you split it up that things begin to look really interesting. So you can begin to get some insight. So for example, if you look at Spurs here, you can see their defence was not very good. when playing at home. So let's see what their defence was like when they're playing away. Not very good. So Spurs' problem last year was conceding too many goals, home and away. You can see that. And if you look at Southampton, who had a good season last year, how did they fare at home? So their ability to attack was pretty good. They were ranked 4 there. And their ability to defend was superb. So they actually ended up scoring a reasonable number of goals and not conceding that many at home. So their home record was absolutely brilliant. So you can see overall they were ranked 5th for points at home. And if we look at how they did away, you can actually see it. You can see they're ranked 20th in terms of the number of goals in a match that they played away. But that's actually pretty good. That gives you a clue as to what they were doing when they were playing away, and it also gives you a clue as to how they messed up at the beginning of the season and how Ronald Koeman has started to turn it around. Because you can see they didn't score that many goals away, but their defence was the best in the Premier League away from home. So you can see there's a significant difference there. But also if you look at Stoke, you can see Stoke is very similar when they were playing away last year. And then go one below them and look at Palace. Palace finished sort of mid-division last year, but the number of goals that occurred when they played away was quite high. But they scored a lot of goals, and they also tended to defend reasonably well. So in fact it was their away form. They were ranked 5th overall in terms of away form. So you can see that in fact that was the key to their season, because if we go up and have a look at Crystal Palace at home, you can see that that wasn't really anything particularly special. Lots of bits of red around there. But yeah, when you start to break up data like this, you can begin to really get a deep understanding of exactly what is going on.
If you're interested in learning more about BetAngel, its tools and the opportunities they present, then why not visit betangel.com today and download a free trial.